Good morning, Ramon. Good morning, team. How about those Lakers, Ramon? How about them? Good job on your pick yesterday on game day picks. Way to do it. You got the win.
Well, thanks for making me feel good. I
Okay.
can't pick a winner right now, but I got
I
that one
think that
right.
was a winner pick, if you ask me.
Yeah, well, Anthony Davis got injured. Who would have thought?
Right.
I don't know. He probably missed some time now. I don't know. Poor guy. But just when you see him go out, you're gonna think, well. And then Denver kind of went on a run
Yeah, they did.
and opened up a pretty big lead, and the Lakers end up crushing uh, Denver. So that was really a bizarre game. So hello to everybody. Wow, look at the comments coming in. Everybody's here. Oh, it's Latifa. No, I don't mean it like that. I don't mean it like that, Latifa.
Funny. Good morning, everyone.
You're gonna be here a while.
Oh, yeah, there might only be, I don't know, about 40 picks to cover today. So, we're going to
40?
40,
Oh my God.
4, 40. So, I mean, I at least got to, be out of here by noon my time, Ramon. I got to do some hitting, softball hitting lessons here today. So we'll see.
Oh, you have you're an instructor?
Yes, do the instruction for the youngsters.
I want to get back out on the field, but I don't know. We'll see. Good morning.
Well, I haven't played like you. I mean, geez, you played in, until your late 40s there. I quit a long time ago. So it's easier on the old bones for me.
I was playing just a couple of years ago.
I know, that's what you said. I was impressed. That's like a lot of dedication. I was always, too worried about getting hurt. It's like your eyesight goes bad, you can't run as fast, So they would have to stick me either like catcher or in the outfield because I don't think I can catch any grounders anymore.
Well, that's just it. I like out. We will get going. I don't want to talk too much about our personal, but I prefer outfield because I can still make diving catches, and I'm kind of like a weird. I'm a weird guy, everybody.
But I was impressed though, Ramon. You did send me your footage, and you can actually move. I was impressed. So
well, I like playing outfield because I think I can make more spectacular plays still, and I'm kind of that guy. I wear jeans because I can still kind of, and people like make fun of that, right? Oh, the guy hit it to the guy in the jeans. But the way I play, if I were to buy baseball pants and the way fields are manicured, I'd be buying new pants every week.
So you got your tough skins on with the patches.
Right, I would actually have jeans, and then I would patch them up when they started to rip with older jeans and it already ripped. But the thing was, Mindy, when I got back in, I had took a hiatus from slow pitch for several years, and then I was feeling like I wasn't exercising or healthy enough. So when I got back in it, I'm a compulsive person. Where maybe a lot of us are with being gamblers, but I just decided to play as many days as possible. So I was playing, often 3, 4, 5 times a week because I didn't want to miss, and I wanted to get myself back into whatever shape I could. And I can't do. I don't know. I just don't like any other types of. I like competition still, and I thought, and people always say, "Oh, softball, that's not going to do anything." Well, I already know that all the muscles that I had, at least the softball muscles, your calves, your legs, upper body, whatever, those are all gone now all of a sudden because of the, stopping playing. But I like to play outfield, and the thing is, teams infielders are tough to. Well, not tough to, but I mean, infielders that can kind of make plays. And I can still make plays infield or out. I'm a glove guy now at my age.
Right.
I have no power left. I just hit it between. I can pretty much place it between first and second every time, in slow pitch and get on every time. So I'm a leadoff hitter still, or was, even in my early 50s, and I could still make plays. Except the problem is I don't have an arm left. I cannot throw at all.
Well, I mean, that's what I said. I haven't thrown for probably 10, 15 years. So, I mean, everyone's always like, Mindy, come out and play this tournament. It's only like one, I was like, I always kind of want to, right? But yeah, it'd probably take me a month before I could actually throw again. Goodness.
Yeah, there's something with the deterioration too. In my so like the accuracy's all gone. So infield, it's just because like I'll make an incredible diving stop and then I'll have to shot put it over, and the guy, like half the time beats it out, but it looks so cool that they're like, oh, let's still have Ramon at second base or whatever. I can't do third base or shortstop anymore at all,
Right.
and don't even have me turn a double play because I can't do it quickly enough. I mean, I can make great play. If it's hit to short or third and they throw some crazy ball that I have to I can catch the ball and tag the bag and get the force out, but I'm never going to turn the
Turn
double
to,
play
yeah.
unless it's absolutely rocked. So okay, let's get into it before
We can
I
talk
start.
about our glory days forever, right? I mean, of course.
Yeah. Well, who knows? That I'm here in Las Vegas, I need friends.
I know,
So
right?
I left all my life behind
Mhm.
for here, but
For
this
the
is the
fame
first
of
part.
Vegas, the lights, the glamour, the glitz, all of
Yeah.
it.
So thanks for everyone coming in. We got just filing in a little bit. We'll give them another minute or two as we go over to tonyspicks.com and take a look at the website, tonyspicks.com, where we have our premium picks each and every day over at Tony's Picks. Should be a big day here on Saturday. Mindy, you said 40 games, so we got to do it.
Only 40.
There's no turning back, right? We've got NFL, we've got the bowl, we've got NBA, college basketball, and hockey. I'll mention there is the World Cup third place game today. It's really, people make fun of third place games. No sport really does it anymore. It is the one sport where there actually maybe there is some motivation for teams, that it is the one consolation game that actually has some meaning in this world today. So hello to Jose, Scotch, Curtis is here, Blake and Latifa. Uh, so I don't know. I think with the game today, Morocco is going to be playing today as they lost, but going up against Croatia. Croatia, a team that almost made the World Cup final, so maybe there is more disappointment that they might not be motivated. But a team I think like Morocco, which has reached this new height, may have a little bit more motivation. So, all right, take a look at the website. Pravi continues to be pretty hot here. Yesterday, 13-5, and he's moved to plus 1,300 units over the last 7 days. Great job there, Mindy. 9-2 yesterday. I couldn't pick 9 games to save my life. Let's go over and take a look at what kind of damage you did yesterday. Great job. Wow. Looks like, let's see, 3-0 in NHL, 3-1 in college ball, 3-1 in the NBA. Do tell your secrets.
I can't give away all my secrets, Ramon. I mean, come on now. But yeah, I had a pretty good day, minus that last little blowout, Cal Poly.
I had them too. The world was on Cal Poly. I mean,
I know, but just getting, I mean, they were getting blown out just from the start. It was like 35-13 before we could blink an eye
why
there
were
on
we
that one.
on Cal Poly? The world was on Cal Poly, that's for sure.
Yeah,
What a
right.
blowout. The other way.
But yeah, I had a really nice day. Was in all of the NHL games, and they all went the way I thought. Creighton had another letdown. Good place for Marquette again. They're just faster, can shoot better. Also, had some luck here with the totals. I don't know what happened to the Bulls. They decided only to put up a 91 spot. So we got to work on, still fading those Bulls, I guess, for a little bit. But yeah, it's really happy with the day. I felt like I was, seeing the card pretty good, all week, but kind of was staying kind of 500-ish. So I kind of felt like I was ready for a big day.
Yeah, and the Knicks continue to look pretty good. So when you had under in Dartmouth and South Florida, so everyone, we're not even going to do a show. Let's just go buy Mindy's picks, and we'll be just fine. Mindy, you have today.
Yeah, so I have I did like three packs for college basketball, depending on what you're looking for. Different times of the days. I kind of put that in there. Also, I went ahead and I got my totals in for NHL. So you could go ahead and get that 3-pack there. I was going to wait a little bit here on some of the sides to see which direction those go here after the show. And then I had something I liked for the NBA. Looked at it from last night. I lost like 4 points of value. So no plays yet in the NBA. So we'll see how that goes as well. So right now I have one game in college football. I guess I got like about, I don't know, I want to say like 7 or 8 or 9 in college basketball, and then the 3-pack in the NHL.
Okay, a lot of action, maybe still more to come. It's a huge day, obviously. So, like I said, I announced all the sports that we'll cover here, 40 some games. Hope everyone can stick around with us. We're going to try to do it in less than 2 hours. So, we'll get started right away, but at least I should at least show my packages today. Hope everyone can trust me here.
Yeah. So, what did you have? Like some I saw some picks in. Those were MMA?
I do. I do have an
Okay.
MMA pack today. I have a 5-pack. It's the last MMA card of the year. So, right there, 5-pack in the MMA tonight. Also, I have an NFL 3-pack. I have a pick in each game today. I'm still up there as one of the top cappers here on the site here at Tony's Picks in NFL. So, number 4 on the site. So you can trust me with what's going on. College football, I have a bowl 5-pack of games. And I also have I'm number 3 on the site in college football. Also, I have a $15 play in the Celebration Bowl today as well. And there I have my college football best bet coming up in just 2 hours in the Louisville Cincinnati game. So,
all right. There we go.
Maybe I'll get into some college basketball or pro basketball or hockey, but it's such a big day with NFL and the bowl games. I don't want to, necessarily, especially in, where I had some struggles this week a little bit, get back to where I've been doing some damage, and maybe that'll be where we're gonna stay. So
hit your prime, Ramon. Hit your prime.
It's a plan, hey. Where I got a plan. Got a plan here.
I got a plan.
Don Betts, hello everybody. Rapper Capper is here. Everyone talking about some of the games from last night. We'll talk about. I think OKC's on the card tonight, so should be a big day. We want to delay. We got to get into this. Appreciate everybody. Head on over to Tony'sPicks.com. Use the promo code TonyT at checkout to save 20% off all of our premium pick packages. I don't want to slight any of the cappers there, but we got to get rolling on this. There's a lot of games to cover, and we got to chop these videos up and all that. So we're going to get right into it here right away with Mindy and I. With the rundown. So just get ready, folks, because here we go. We're going to start, with the NFL. The bowls are big, but we do have NFL, and I think everyone loves NFL, right? So why don't we get into it? Note the time change kind of going out of Vegas order. So we'll start with the first game here, and that is going to be Indianapolis and the Vikings. Mindy, so with these two teams, let me call up the latest odds and see. I started typing these in several hours ago. With so many games today on our card, there are bound to be some changes. Maybe not in football because those are less likely to change. But let's take a look. In this one, the Vikings are at home, 3.5-point favorite, total 47.5.
Yeah, I mean, I actually kind of think this, football card's a little bit, difficult here for me today to find a good spot here. The Colts, though, they only put up 16 points a game, 31st in the NFL, of course. Just gave up that 54 spot to Dallas, which we all saw. Vikings, on the other hand, put up usually around 24. They're 5-2-1 against the spread the last 8. I think 3.5 points here shouldn't be a problem for the Vikings today. So I'll go ahead and take them at home -3.5.
I don't know what I've been trying to still sell the Vikings here, sell people on the Vikings, if you will, not get off the Vikings because I think that everyone was is kind of quick to jump off of them a little bit because they are not necessarily, the team that they are record wise. Okay, I'll give everybody that. Indy just 2-5 against the spread on the road. Minnesota 5-2-1 against the spread as a favorite. Vikings, though, they have a lot of problems defensively,
Always.
especially in the past game. Uh, I'm going to end up going. Cages is with you here. Loves the Vikings. Lay the points. Cages says, but man, I mean, the Vikings, they just seem to be going the wrong direction all of a sudden for me. I don't know. There's been a slight move certainly to the Colts in this one. The Colts aren't without their faults as well. But maybe they played a little bit better. And I think, Pittman's starting to catch some balls. I worry about Minnesota's defense. I mean, that's why they're going to get, probably exploited in their playoff game, probably at home, in the first round or whatever happens, but or when they get their home game. So I'm going to go against you. Cages. I'm going to go against Mindy. I'm taking the Colts here in this one. Um, Pretty big total, but whether or not here comes, yeah, oh no, I agree. And Matt Ryan is totally different quarterback on the road, right? He actually does play okay at home. It looks like everyone's with you, Mindy. I'm in the minority and I'm slumping, so that was just it. I mean, I don't want to say that's gone into my thinking, but look, I almost agree with a lot of things you guys are saying. Certainly here, Rapper Capper comes in with some good points there. So we'll see. I'm going to take the Colts. I just don't think the Vikings can win by margin. I think that's maybe what I'm expecting here. I do have a premium play on the total in this game. So, all
Sounds
right, you guys,
good.
good comments so far. I'm on an island here. Well, no, Latifah's with me. Latifah's with me. Ron says take the Vikings. They just don't look like a favorite that covers anymore. I mean, granted, like I said, I announced those numbers. Minnesota does cover those spreads as a favorite. The Vikings and the Colts aren't doing it on the road. But all right, we're gonna keep moving, guys. Pardon me if I miss the comments today. There'll be no salutations at the end as well. We're just gonna get out of here when it's all over. All right. Ravens and the Browns here in this one. Interesting news certainly with the situation regarding, Jackson being out, and you have Watson uh, uh, getting more games under his belt. So, what can happen here? I'm showing the Browns 3. The totals crept up a little bit here to 39.
Yeah, again, another tough one for me here. The Ravens 8-2 against the spread versus the Browns off a win over their last 10 games here. The big difference, I think, between these two teams is on that defensive side of the ball, where the Ravens are ranked 8th, of course, only give up 19 points a game. Browns allow 24. Again, I kind of expect the Ravens here to rely on their defense, kick a lot of field goals here with Hundley, under center. I like the Ravens here at plus 2.5.
Well, this one we're going to agree on, Mindy. I like the Ravens here, and I think we can get 3 points. They are a little bit juiced here. We'll see what happens when we are in the back end. So I don't know if I would necessarily call Huntley a third string QB. I mean, I get it, but yeah, and funny that everyone's kind of saying, Huntley in there, he's just as playing just as well as Lamar. I don't know about that, you guys. Okay, maybe Lamar hasn't had his best season, but you'd still take him over many of the quarterbacks in the league in a big game, right? So Ravens own the Browns. Yeah, they're 5-1 against the spread last 6 meetings, and I think you've got a coaching advantage here, Mindy. Baltimore 3-0 against the spread as an underdog. That doesn't happen too often. So these folks, everybody, it looks like Latifah's on the under, Cages is on the under. Rapper Capper says roll with the home team, and they pull away with the 20-17 actually would be a
I mean, that would get us the win. I like it. He wants him, I think, just on the money line.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Right. He did say money line, then they roll it to win 20-17. I would said that would be a push against the spread, obviously. So Ron's off the game here. But yeah, we're gonna do it, Mindy. That's gonna be our first NFL play. We're gonna cover more than just Saturday. So
Right.
we're also going to cover Sunday games today, the early Sunday card. So make sure everyone's ready for those. Hopefully you are. And sorry if you didn't do the research on that. We should have prompted you guys to be ready for those. But I know you'll have your info and your feelings ready, certainly, as well. So, all right, we're on one there, Mindy.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, Cleveland also just 2-3 as a favorite.
A lot of Tucker field goals in this one. I like it.
So yeah, well, watch out though. I mean, maybe we could see some offense here. It's not going to be great weather, apparently, though. All right. Speaking of weather, this one's expected to be really, really bad weather or good weather, or maybe if you're Buffalo Bills, maybe there's 3 inches of snow. Maybe can dolphins swim in snow, Mindy?
Yeah, only when it melts, I guess, Ramon. Only when it melts. But yeah, I mean, the Dolphins would beat the Bills, earlier, this season, 21-19. But over the last 5, the Bills have scored 26 points. The Dolphins, 27 here. I don't know like how this one is going to go. I am really kind of wishy-washy about it. God, I can just see so many different, scenarios, right? I don't know if the Bills can cover by 7 is going to be my whole thing. Underdog 3-1-1 against the spread the last 5. I think I'm going to take Dolphins and this points. I think this game could either be, a 35-32 game, even in the snow, or it could be like a 3-0 game in the snow. I don't know. But I'm going to take the Dolphins. I think they're going to be able to keep it close here. I don't really like the pick, all that much. That's why I said this game is like, so up in the air. I'm sorry.
Well, the fact that Miami did win that game, remember, they were a 4.5-point underdog in that game at home that they won there. So Scotch is going to agree with you here. Ron said Tua says it snows in Alabama, and I don't know, are there places it snows in Alabama? I know it.
Maybe they have some fake snow that they have on a mountain somewhere or a hillside. I don't know. Maybe they're skiing in Alabama. Who knows?
It snows plenty in California in many places. But
right.
Anyways, Latifa says Miami going to be coming to play in this one. Scotch says take Miami in this one. Man, I don't know. It does not seem like the spot for me to back Alabama, but for me, I'm going to end up I see a lot of people commenting on the under here. Some of the talk about weather and this total says 43.5, but I see it's already dropped to 43 now. Even, they say a lot of times that a snow isn't a big problem, but it depends on how much snow is there, right? Funny, and sometimes we get caught by surprise. We say, well, there's some snow expected in the game, and then we get to the game and there's maybe, you see the snow and the field never gets white. And then sometimes we say, well, there's maybe a chance, and then they flash the first look of the game and the whole field is white. You got the guys with the shovel trying to get the yard markers out. At least they figured out the TV technology to put the lines in there with the black lines on the field and everything. Rapper Capper coming in with his.
Well, it looked kind of nasty when I saw it on. I was watching TV this morning, a little Sports Center. It looked pretty nasty in the dark there with all the snow blowing around. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, this is so like for me, this is the hardest game of the day. It's going to be good.
I'll be on the under in this one. I know I've
Okay.
seen a few overs now with Rapper Capper and Latifa, but I do think the weather will be a big factor.
That's
It
like
might
that. This
even
game could
be,
be 3-0, or it could go 35-32. Like it's just so hard with this weather today.
yeah. Well, it's funny. Remember when they played the game in Detroit a few weeks ago, and I was like, "Oh, why not just try to? You're in Buffalo, why?" And then we saw the stadium. You couldn't even
You
see the
couldn't even
goalpost, the
move.
bottom of the goalpost practically there. So probably won't be like that. But it does seem like it is going to be an issue, and
I can't wait though. It's gonna be
yeah,
fun. I'm excited to see how it turns out.
just like sprinkling the baby powder on your electric football game, and you don't
That's
forget. So
right.
now the kids with the video games, you can pick snow, as your on the video games. But okay, so
All
uh,
right.
Mindy is going to be on the Dolphins. I'm going to be on the under in that game, and I've got a premium pick in that one on the side.
Ooh,
So,
what's it gonna be, Ramon? I hope you tell
oh
me so I can root for you.
you can fade it. Okay.
No,
Uh,
I wanna root for you. Just like last night, I was trying to decipher who you would have picked in that college football game there, Incarnate Word. I couldn't figure it, so I thought about texting you, be like, "Hey, Ramon, what do you got in this one?"
well, and I did end up short of the total. I went over in that one, and it
He
seemed
had
like
tons of chances to get you that
yeah, they
over.
just
Dang
get
it!
one touchdown in the last 8 minutes or so, and
Yeah.
couldn't get it done. But as I say, you're not fully Word unless you're incarnate Word. So, right, because we know that incarnate Word means a godly presence in a human form. So I think I'm not. You guys might know a little more. I go to the church of Monday Night Football, so
Right.
Tony's with us here today as well. He's like I said, he's going to tease Baltimore and Buffalo, and Crush has a play as well. So,
All
all
right.
right,
Here we go.
yeah, we're going to start to get into more NFL today. So, tomorrow, I should say, these next games will be for Sunday, but just we'll flash up a few more comments, but we do got to get rolling here. All right. Going to start off here with the Falcons and the Saints in this one, Mindy. I'm showing right now the Saints are a 4-point favorite, and the total is 43.5.
Yeah, so Atlanta will be, turning to their rookie quarterback. And then, of course, he gets, to have to face one of the better, I would say better defenses that can stack the box here. I like the Saints in this one. They're 4-1 against the spread in the last five versus a team with a losing record here. I think the Saints are going to put a ton of pressure on him. It's going to be interesting to see how, he'll do with that kind of pressure in the NFL.
Well, I'm interested to see Ritter here actually, and interestingly, that total, is pretty high. Latifa says she doesn't mind the over here, so interesting there. That's the way I'm actually leaning too. I just don't trust. I don't think these teams are interested in playing much defense anymore. Is what it feels like to me, and maybe Ritter. He was a pretty good quarterback, I thought, in college. So Crush comes in. He says he likes the Falcons in this one, Mindy, and I don't necessarily disagree with that notion, but I think I'm going to definitely come in on the over here in this one. I agree with the move. I mean, this one open, it's been as low as 41.5. And, we're not talking, like you said, with a rookie quarterback. And then Scotch agrees with you. He thinks the Saints can get it. Cages says Falcons and over. So
So
just
we got a lot of split here today, huh? Well,
a
maybe
lot
not
of
too much.
people on this
Mostly over. I
one.
haven't seen too many unders there. Yep.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of support there for that over. So we know that Saints have certainly had their issues a little bit too offensively, right? So, all right, we'll see how that one goes. But that's the way I'm looking. Mindy's going to be on the Saints. I'm going to be on the over. So I think we're in agreement there with the total of the chat, but a little bit of up and down here. I don't. Did I mention Crush had said he liked Falcons, and I flashed that up there? Or,
Yes, I think so.
okay, I got everybody's play in there.
We
I hope.
got it. We got it.
All right. Next up will be a much talked about game here. We got some news today with the Jets, certainly. They'll be back to Zach Wilson. Is that going to put everybody on the Lions? I said, don't slight Zach Wilson, that he's not as bad as everyone thinks. Now, I'm not ready to say he's good. I just think it was unfortunate. And then and then of course White comes in there, and I don't know, he was put in some pretty comfortable situations too. So Ron is on his Lions, Scotch is on his Lions. Who's Mindy gonna be? What side or total or whatever Mindy's gonna?
Well, I mean, I just think the Jets, made a quarterback controversy when there probably wasn't any. It was a bad time for me, in my opinion, to take out Zach Wilson in that, after that game with the Giants. I was just, kind of crazy, low scoring. I mean, I don't know. I didn't see the point of all of that. To me, that kind of has really put the Jets kind of in a jam here. So I'm gonna go with the Lions in this one. They've won 2 straight. The Jets have lost 2 in a row. I think the Jets kind of think they're the Jets again, when I think they were kind of on a roll. Lions 6-0 against the spread in the last 6 here as well. I'll be taking them.
Looks
It's
like
Starbucks. All right. We're going head-to-head, Lions, Jets?
no, because Ron's on his Lions and you're on. Did you said Lions too?
Oh yeah, I did. He said, I feel a Starbucks coming to me. So I don't know. I thought he was, he said he thought I was going to take the Jets. No, not today, Ron. Not today.
Well, and Ron said he would definitely wager with me, but we'll just agree to go up against it here because I'm definitely I'm gonna be on the Jets. I think in
There
this
we go.
one, yeah, Mindy, I'll go against you here. I'll go
We'll
against
challenge Omaha Steaks.
in this one.
We
It's
were
not necessarily about Wilson. It's about the Jets defense and the Lions going on the road. Lions have been awesome. Hats off to the Lions for getting this situation back together, but Jets are a playoff contending team here. So good to see Joe here with us as well. And great to have you. I'll go with the Jets. I'm going to end up disagreeing here with you, Mindy. I think we could see some points in this one. KJiz says he agrees with me. So a little bit of anybody doing anything with the total in the chat? I don't know. I just feel like there could be points. The move is, I believe, been to the under here. In fact, I'm showing it, went from 44 to 43 and a half. So, all right, we're on Mindy and I on opposite sides. Looks like a little bit of discrepancy in the chat as well, but I don't know. Looks like a pretty good game tomorrow, actually.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
maybe Zach Wilson will have a quarterback controversy if the Jets come through there. But for all the talk about Geno Smith and his comeback player of the year, don't forget about Jared Goff. I mean, he's had a pretty good, and some of the other quarterbacks too. Look, Geno Smith, what is he really coming back from? Guys like Christian McCaffrey, that'd be a comeback player of the year, right? I mean, that seems way more legit. A guy coming off an injury, not because you shouldn't win the award because necessarily you sucked or you didn't play very much.
Right.
So Scotch has Detroit putting up 30 points against one of the best defenses in the league. If they do that, watch out for Detroit in the playoffs here. KJ says go under because of Wilson in the game. So I don't know. Wilson, maybe some time to watch the action a little bit. I don't think the Jets are ready to give up on him here. I mean, we know that White's out because of an injury, and Blake says he agrees about the call on Goff, and I think there are other players out there that and what's Geno really doing? They might not even make. Yes, there's a chance Seattle makes the playoffs, a decent chance, but they're still one game over 500 or something. So. But awesome completion percentage and all that. So okay, well, we're on opposite sides in that game. Okay, next up, the Chiefs and the Texans. Well, I think that the Texans, it kind of reminds me, when the Chiefs moved from Texas to Kansas. Well, go ahead. Chiefs and Texans. That was back a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Yeah, Chiefs here have been putting up 28 points a game over here over the last three. I keep giggling. Sorry, Ramon. Texans have been scoring 17. I think the Chiefs will again get out early in this one. Then they do their whole I'm gonna be on cruise control. I'm gonna take the under here. I'm gonna take under 49 and a half. Under's 5-1. The Chiefs last 6 here as well, following a straight up win. Under is 4-1. The Texans last 5 overall as well.
All right, Mindy's going to be on the under in Chiefs and Texans, and Blake says Texans to cover. And what Mindy's saying is that the Chiefs will get out to the lead, and then they'll sit on the lead and just let the other team come back into the game. I think somehow, and the Texans, they're not great, obviously, but it's kind of like, for me, the steam has been on the Chiefs a little bit, to bump this number up to that extra hook there. That hook could mean something. The Texans, they kind of seem to work their way back into games a little bit. Rapper Capper says, forget about it. Don't overthink it. That they'll crush them here in this one. Ron's got a prop here with Mahomes. Latifa says she wants the under in this one. So I'm going to go with the Texans. I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's seriously, and Mindy knows, being a Chiefs, it will be concerned come the postseason. Now, granted, a little bit different situation, because in the playoffs, you're not necessarily always going to get out to leads or big leads. You're expected to be in competitive games, but it's that lackadaisical focus that if the Chiefs, which can build leads against anybody, let teams back into the game. So Texans at home, remember how they played against Dallas in Dallas, getting the same type of points. And, there's nothing wrong with Dallas.
Against the Eagles, right? I mean, the same thing has happened. They've covered most of those when there have been 14-point underdogs.
Pro football. It's pro football. And so, Texans, bad year, but they can get some numbers. I'm going to be on the Texans tomorrow.
Or, I was like, it's actually Sunday tomorrow.
Are you still a day behind?
I have still been a day behind the whole week. It's terrible. Oh, goodness.
The Eagles here, we have seen, I'm seeing actually one book has actually moved this to 7.5 juiced, but I think it's mostly 8.5 out there. I would say almost, folks, maybe there's going to be a move expected to the Bears here in this one, but we'll see what Mindy has to say with these two. Maybe it's a better game than it looks on paper. The Bears have lost 6 straight, but they've actually played well. They played pretty. I think everyone agrees they played decent, and Fields has played decent, and the Eagles are crushing, but they seem to play better on the road, at home, than on the road.
I mean, this is one that, again, I don't like it that it's 8 or 9, but I still think the Eagles will probably win by 20. So I'm going to take the Eagles. But again, it's hard for me, to bet these games that are this highest spread. I mean, all indications are that I think the Eagles will blow this game out more likely than not, but still one that I probably wouldn't put my money on. It's not the right place for me, but I'm still going to go ahead and take the Eagles here.
Yeah. And nice comments here. Everyone's going to be on the Eagles on this one. Will I end up on the Bears? I don't know, but I can tell you one thing that I am going to do is I'm going to take the under in this game. I think a lot of people think that there could be some weather issues here also in this one. So, look, the Bears have played a little bit better, but they don't really have a great offense necessarily. They're kind of ball control-ish, and if there is weather issues, I think that does limit the big play abilities, especially the Eagles. They'll look to control the game. So Mindy's going to be on Philadelphia. I'm going to be on the under. Give you guys another second or two. I know we're going kind of fast, and you guys are doing a great job in the chat getting your comments up there. So, and here comes Rapper Capper. Eagles, right place, right time. Bears lacking in so many areas here. Rapper Capper has it by 3 touchdowns. Dave says use them in a parlay. Bears break down late in games and even blow the cover. Yeah, but again, I think it's different when you're talking about 9 or 9.5 than when you're talking about, and here it's 8.5 actually now. So, like I said, I believe there will be even a further move on the Bears here. So, you guys all on the Eagles, just maybe wait this one out. I think you could lay a shorter number come tomorrow.
We got a new chatter too.
What?
Hi. Yeah.
Oh, it looks like
I show slow
is how slow. I'm going to say
is how slow or is show slow. Yeah, I don't know.
I so slow. I don't want to mispronounce your handle,
Right.
sir, but thank you for coming. Thank you for being part of Team Steam. Appreciate you very much. We're here 6 days a week breaking down the sports betting card each day in the major sports. So, and our chat will welcome you, and you can join our little family here. We break down the games every day from a point spread perspective with our chat. We're known as Team Steam. And we also sell our picks, by the way, over at tonyspicks.com. So, all right. All right, you guys, good comments on that one. We got to keep moving, I'm afraid, with all these games. So, Steelers and the Panthers here, Mindy. In this one, I'm showing the Panthers a 3-point favorite, total 37.
Yeah, I mean, both these teams, 5-8 on the season now. Panthers have won 2 straight. Steelers now lost the last one to Baltimore, not really naming their starting quarterback here as of yet. I don't know. I'm not a fan of neither Trubisky nor Rudolph. I definitely like Kenny Pickett better than both. I think the only thing that can maybe keep this one close is that Steelers defense here. But Panthers are 4-0 against the spread the last 4. I think I got to be on the Panthers here at home, laying the 3.
Yeah, I mean, that's the whole issue right now as we wait for that Steeler information. The Panthers, they're showing some life, and Joe says he also feels that way here, right? So, yeah, I mean, Pittsburgh on the road, if they have to go, which quarterback will it be? Anybody want to take a guess? I would think Scott says he's on the under.
I'm going to say it's going to be Trubisky, only because I said they were with him last week. That's my guess.
Yeah, and it's funny because the way MVP Mitch performs, right? It's funny. He gets in the game, and then he starts looking good, and you're like, oh, because remember, Mitch has had his moments in his career, right? I mean, there have been times where where we were like, look at Mitch, he might actually be that. And then the pick comes, right? The pick comes, and then once the first pick comes, then it's all downhill from there. So that's kind of funny the way it goes. But again, looking at the spread, Carolina in the favorite role. Scott sees 13-10. I don't disagree. That's where I'm going to go with my free pick. I like the under certainly in this game between these two teams at 37. Watch out. I mean, dare I say we see even a lower total by kickoff? Get it now if you like the under here because, under for me, Mindy. You're on Carolina. I'm on the under. All right, keep it moving. I'm not even using my notes because I just want to go. I don't want to say too quickly. I hope Jiggy does say Rudolph, and that's my point. I think if we do see Rudolph, I don't know if he's not a downgrade necessarily from MVP Mitch, right? But that's where I think we could see that total. Rapper Capper is going to go to the alternate universe here and go under even a smaller number and get some big time plus money there. Don't mind that at all. I like that. Like that call from Rapper Capper. All right, Cowboys. Hey, Carol, watch out for the Jags. They're looking decent of late. A little bit decent, aren't they, everybody? Come on, give the Jaguars a little bit of credit here for how they've played. But Dallas is coming in here as a 4-point favorite, and the total 48.
Yeah, I mean, I know that the Jaguars have been great, but God, I love this Cowboys, defensive line. I like Diggs. I just think that the Cowboys are gonna be able to be in control in this one pretty much the whole time. I'll take the Cowboys here, -4.
All right, Mindy's on the Dallas Cowboys, laying those points. Are you guys going to do it in the chat? Because I'm going to go against Mindy here. I'm going to take Duval here and roll with these. Look, Dallas just struggled. Did they struggle, you guys, against the Texans, or the Texans did they play out of their mind in that game in Dallas, right? I mean, remember what I said? It wasn't necessarily a rivalry game. They don't play enough for it to be a rivalry, but Houston, Dallas, it might have been kind of a rivalry. Ron says, I think he's predicting a big time blowout here. Too good to be true. Me and Rapper Capper, we're going to be on the Jags here at home. They've definitely, improved. Lawrence continues to look good. Look good. I think he continues to look good. I mean, again. So Cages says got a close one here. He does lean under in that total. I think I lean under as well. So Rapper Capper. Yeah. Okay. So all right, you guys, unless you have another quick comment or two about it, we're going to wrap up the NFL. Sorry to get in. These are NFL games. We should be touching on them a little bit longer, but Jose says, Duval. All right, you guys, good calls there. Hopefully we're on some good sides. Tomorrow, when we're here tomorrow, we will preview the afternoon games and the evening game. They moved that Giants and Commanders right to the evening game, right? Tomorrow. So we'll have those 5 games tomorrow, the afternoon and the one evening game. So make sure you join us tomorrow on the show for more NFL, and we'll talk about the other cards. Pretty big college basketball card tomorrow as well as today. A pretty big card for a Sunday. So all right, looks like you guys.
So I was kind of surprised here for. I know I'm getting a little bit off topic, but it wasn't really till I looked yesterday that I didn't realize there wasn't any college football on New Year's Day this year.
Because
there was no Rose Bowl parade and Rose Bowl for my enjoyment on the first.
Yeah, and I just think because of the fact that it falls on a Sunday and that Monday is a national holiday, so they don't want to go up against the NFL, right? So just interesting. And then there are the Saturday game. So yeah, it is kind of confusing for everybody too, because like today we got a great schedule of bowl games, but we still have the NFL to deal with.
Right.
So Rapper Cappers, there's your NBA. Yep. And I struck out in the NBA again, so I'm not going to sit here and say I won some private plays. I mean, I did win some and I lost some too, but maybe I'm just picking the wrong games because I'm on, I love a lot of games every day. I try to think my best or my premium plays, but for some reason I'm zigging when I should be zagging. Okay, that's a look at the NFL. We're going to get into college football. Remember, there's a game coming up in just a little bit more over an hour, and that's Louisville and Cincinnati. We've already previewed it, just flashed the lineup here, but there could be some weather in this game. That's one reason why I'm showing it on the screen, Mindy. I hope they don't chop this up as a preview since we've already done it. So I'm not even going to ask you for your comments. I'm just going to tell everyone that watch out. There is snow expected. This game is being played in Fenway Park, of all places, and there might be some weather issues today. So not only the fact that we have all those things we talked about yesterday with the interim coaches, the quarterbacks, but the totals also dropped, I think, because of the expected weather. So, okay, that's not a preview.
Yeah, so you have to wait a couple more minutes here before we get to the NBA.
right? Because we're going to keep the sports lumped together here and talk about some of these bowl games. And let's get into it right away with hey, Mindy, this one is right here in Las Vegas.
Oh, is it now? I
Yeah,
see you got lacrosse there. I was watching that a little bit after your football game last night.
yes, right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like you
lacrosse
got all sports. You're so lucky
team
in
here.
Las Vegas. Yeah.
It's funny because really this bowl game used to be um, lesser conferences, but now with the new stadium and everything, I think that's kind of the key here in this one. Why we're seeing it, be a more featured bowl, if you will, with Florida going up here against Oregon State. And we know some of the issues here, certainly for Florida. I know you'll touch on them probably, but look at
Why
Oregon
not?
State. Huge favorite here in this one. Just so interesting, Mindy, that the Pac 12 team, and it was actually higher. There's actually been some pullback today on the Gators. I'm showing it right now 8-53.
Yeah, see, I usually like kind of let you cover most of the player, personnel injury reports and such.
Okay,
I because
fair
I'm
enough.
going to
I
be
will
one of
do.
these, folks here on Florida, bringing down that spread here today. I mean, I think Oregon State's probably going to win this one, but by 2 scores, I'm not quite so sure. This Florida team is pretty fast. If you take a look at them, even though they just don't play consistent enough, not good enough on third downs. Over the last 3 games, though, Florida has been finally putting up a little bit of points. They've been averaging 33. Oregon been averaging about 35. Florida gains 444 yards a game here, puts them about 52nd in the NCAA here. Gators 4-1 against the spread the last 5. I kind of like Florida today.
Yeah, in Florida, everyone the talk being that Miller comes in at quarterback, and he's a third string guy, but he was a 4-star recruit for Ohio State, so there's they're gonna have a good quarterback coming in. It's just no experience, really, right? Not enough experience here, so I think that's the factor here. And look, I get it, right? I mean, when you see Pac-12 and it's Oregon State, a team that really has limited success. I mean, they haven't had a season like this in a long time, going up against a
Right.
team from the SEC, right? But remember what I said about watching these line moves, Mindy. This one opened, arguably as low as maybe I want to say five or so. Maybe I'll even try to confirm it a little bit, but as low as 5. Generally, it was a little bit higher of an opener, maybe around 7.5. But the early opener was lower, much lower, and yes, there's been pullback now on Florida, maybe because people are maybe feeling a little bit more confident with Miller in there. Ron says, yeah, there was 5. And it wasn't out there for very long because the money came pouring
Right.
in from the Sharps on Oregon State. Now, there has been pullback here, but just be very careful. I know it seems easy, right? You want to take the SEC. How can the Pac 12 go in and beat an SEC? I won't say power right now because Florida has not up to par with some of the other SEC teams, but it's a pretty good spot for the Beavers here. For me, though, Mindy, I'm going to go under in this one. Florida still will be getting used to their quarterback, I think, a little bit. And Oregon State going up against the speed of Florida may find some going difficult here, but just watch out, I think, in this one. But anyways, I'm going to go
Yeah, I
under.
mean, I'd probably be all over Oregon State at 5, but I think it's a little bit hard at 8. So, that sometimes that 8 gets me a push. You know what I mean? So if I was going to tip, that's why I'd go to the Florida State or Florida right now.
Rapper Capper says the comeback against the Ducks was great. And
Sure.
funny, I was watching like a Pac-12 basketball game the other night, or maybe it was a Pac-12 team was playing somebody, and afterwards was they replayed that game, and I didn't notice it first, and I was like, I'm gonna watch this again. That was such a great
Who was
comeback,
it?
and I ended up not, I'm working and everything, but kept it on one of my screens because all the sports action kind of winded down. So, but Rapper Capper says still too many points necessary. Blake's in with me though on the under here. Yeah, opened as high as looks like 56 and a half, and now we're down to 53. So you can see where that's going there a little bit. And Florida, they are missing not just their quarterback situation has changed a little bit, but also they're going to be without their top offensive lineman, their top linebacker, and two of their top receivers. Oregon State 10-2 against the spread this year. Wow. So
Yeah.
okay. Good job, everybody, on that one. Let's talk about this one now. And again, here you got the Mountain West going up against the Pac 12, but a total shift in the favorite here. Washington State opened up the slight favorite, I think, but that didn't last long. Everyone knows that Jake Haener going to be going pro, right? He didn't have to play in this game, but he is. That's a big deal. Fresno State here is favored now. They're up to 5, and it's juiced, Mindy, in this one, and the total is 53 and a half.
I mean, I get it, right? That these, guys, a lot of them are, headed to, the NFL, but I hate it when they leave their teammates behind and don't play in these bowl games here. Washington State, they've given up 20 points a game this season on average. Fresno State allowing 22. I'm going to take a look at the under 53 and a half here. Under's 5-0 in Washington State's last 5 non-conference games here. I'm going to go under.
And remember what I said, and I started to say it a few minutes ago, well, I think I did say it kind of in the Oregon State game, but don't be afraid of these huge moves and chasing the steam in bowl games. I'll reiterate it again. I know a lot of our regulars were here when I said it, but
Right.
Again, chasing steam in bowl games, kind of a long term over the last 5+ years. I don't have the exact data, but it's about a 67% proposition, and over the last 3 seasons, it's about 75% chasing the steam. The reason why it's not accurate is because some of the time they are covering kind of the earlier number, and yeah, there were a few losses because the steam's gone up a little bit too high. The spread's gone a little bit too high, but I would say don't worry too much necessarily about this one. You guys, Ron Hahn says he likes the under here in this one, and Mindy and I, we're in disagreement. Look out. Haener is going to light this one up. Haener is going to just torch this game. Again, I mean, how high will his stock rise once we start to get into the combines and all that? People may not even have seen too much. Yes, handicappers like us, I'm talking about you guys in the chat. You guys know about Jake Haener here. So for me, Cougars also without 3 of their top 4 wide receivers coming into this game. They'll also be missing a few defensive starters as well, and both of their coordinators have moved on. So I've got the over in this one. I've got Haener to light it up, and he might be the talk of the day when this one's all over because he might put up a huge game in this one. All right, Rice in Southern Mississippi. It's a bowl game. Who cares? I think this one's going to be in Mobile, Alabama. So here's another mover, Mindy, Southern Miss. They're 6.5 here, but I show maybe they're down to 6 a little bit. Maybe there's been a little bit of buyback on Rice.
Yeah, I mean, Rice just hasn't been scoring here as of late. Southern Miss 7-0 against the spread the last 7 non-conference here as well. Southern Miss putting up 21 points a game. I like Southern Miss to cover this -6.
All right, Mindy's going to be on Southern Miss here. Kind of like what I said, right? Southern Miss opened, 4.5 point favorite or so, and now they're up to 6. Maybe there's like I said, a little bit of buyback here. Cages says he likes the under in this one, in the Rice Southern Miss game. So, but for me, I don't know. I'm going to be end up on the over here in this one. I mean, man, I think Southern Miss has kind of been one of the most underrated teams all season, especially against the spread. Right, 9-3 against the number here. So. I'm going to end up going on the over. This total has totally dropped, and I don't think that it's warranted necessarily as a dropper because they're combined 15-9 against the spread here. This one should be all about Southern Miss and a big performance, I think, in this one as Southern Miss gets a win and cover here. But I'm going to take the over, and Mindy is on Southern Miss. Why wouldn't I just take uh,
I know why.
Okay, don't say it.
So Ramon, I got an update that said that Croatia Morocco was 0-0 with a 4 with a little accento. What does that mean?
Fourth minute.
Fourth minute.
Fourth minute of the game. The game is just underway. It's 7:04.
Ah, gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
So
it just means that that's a game start, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, just started. Yep. And I should have put it on, actually. I neglected because we had so many games, and I've been up probably since about 2 in the morning getting ready because this is such a big show, so many games. But I should have set
I started some last night and then got up early, did the rest this morning. So, yeah.
Yeah, no sleeping, capping. But I don't know, you guys. I might try to put it on here when Minnie's talking. All right, BYU and SMU here, Mindy. I'm showing SMU 4-point favorite, total 64.5. And this one, this one's being played. This is the game in Albuquerque.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be interested to see how this one goes with Mordecai. I mean, BYU, has won 3 in a row now. They've been putting up, 40 points a game. While SMU, it's 2-1 in its last couple here, putting up 33. SMU ranks 242nd in points against, so their defense isn't all that great. I'm going to go ahead and take BYU here in this one. I think it's going to be good. I'm really interested to see how this one will play out today.
Well, Joe's going to say he likes BYU on the money line here, but man, I like Mordecai. I mean, SMU's offense,
I got it.
They're, a top 10 passing offense, I would think, right now for sure. So BYU 8-4 to the over this season. And man, this thing is dropped like it's going to snow or something. I don't know what's going on now. It does snow in Albuquerque. I know that. Curtis is coming in on SMU today, but I'm going to go. I think there's big time value in this over. I mean, this thing opened as 74.5 and now it's 64.5. Yeah, SMU is going to be without their top wide receiver in this game, but man, both defenses rank way down there. Certainly outside of the top 100, I would think. So, I don't know. Help me out, you guys. I mean, why have this thing? I know Jaren Hall is a big issue, right? I mean, BYU doesn't have their quarterback coming in, so maybe they'll be relying more on the running game. But I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case. And I don't know. Is Coach Sataki playing for his job here with this game if they don't win? Cages says he still likes the under despite the fact that it's dropped 10 points. I don't know. I think it's big-time value here in this one. I like Mordecai to light this one up, and I like the over in this one. Mindy says take BYU. All right.
It's going to be a fun bowl season. I'm excited. I liked the games yesterday. I think we got more good ones here today.
Well, this one, I don't know. This one, no, not close on paper. Boise, a favorite here on the road, 10.5, total 60.5. This one has gone up pretty significantly. And what I'm talking about with the steam, though, Mindy, it doesn't pertain to totals, just the sides.
Gotcha. Well, yeah, I mean, this one's also going to be, a tough one for me, I think. I always just remember that North Texas SMU game where they just kept scoring and scoring and scoring. I think it went up over almost 100 points. It's like I just can't get that out of my mind with this North Texas team. But then I know where Boise State has been too, right? I think the big difference is going to be this Boise State defense. Texas North Texas gives up that 31 a game. Boise State only gives up 18. So that's why I think I got to go Boise State here to win and cover this one, minus 10.5.
Caught me yawning there, Mindy. I don't know if I make it through all these games today, but I want.
We better hurry. I don't want you to be, passing out on the show on me.
Caffeine being going to be coming into play here. So Mindy's going to be on Boise in this one. I mean, Boise, I really like their defense a lot. I love Zeke Noah. I love JL Skinner. These guys are my guys. And Curtis is going to be on North Texas. I think he just feels like probably too many points in this one. But I don't know. I think North Tech. Remember, look, we saw 2 bowl games today. We saw UAB.
Yep.
Right, we saw UTSA.
Yep.
North Texas lost to both those teams by 20 points. So, how are they going to compete against a Boise?
You got me there. Right. Yeah.
Right. So how are they going to compete with this Boise team as far as I think what you're saying is probably spot on, Mindy, in this one. Boise has a really strong defense. They really against this level of team. It's going to be hard for North Texas, I would think. And that total to me, whatever, it's 59.5. It's 60.5 now. I'm showing 59.5 on the screen. I'll leave it there just to give myself a 1-point penalty for yawning on the show. But
I thought you went to go change your TV to, soccer.
Yeah, it's a third place game. I mean, you just keep me posted.
Maybe I know you're going to watch it
on the score here, but
better.
I'm under in this game.
Okay.
Well, quite frankly, I'm going under in this game. I think you're right about the side, and I will go under in this game. I don't know if North Texas
1-1 in the 10th minute. Is that what it's telling me now?
Oh my God! Already 1-1.
That's what it shows. I don't know. I'm just reporting my Yahoo app scores update.
Yeah. Well, I mean, again, you got 2 teams where they're not playing. You're playing to be the 3rd best team in the world. So, but you would think kind of right. The defense would be the attitude to take a break in a game like that. You've already missed the chance, but still, the reason why the consolation game is such a big deal is because you're for exactly what Cages says here, that high scoring games in the 3rd place game, but it's still a big game as far as the perspective, because it's the World Cup. It's the biggest deal in the world, and you still have something to play for when you're in that 3rd place game, but maybe just a little bit lax because of you missed your chance. But okay,
all right, what's next, Ramon?
NBA, I think.
NBA.
So
what do we got? 7 games. Everyone's been waiting for this one.
Yeah, they really like NBA, and I don't. I want to skip it after last week. Now, I mean, I had, I had the video winner. Whatever, who cares? I couldn't.
I care. I liked it. I was rooting for him.
I just couldn't click on the games yesterday that I had premiums on. I mean, I'm in a big time, probably my worst slump here on the site. So
listen, I got this big roll of sage. I can send it to you. You can smudge your house and get rid of all your bad juju there.
Well, our videos have been pretty decent, but
Starbucks time. Ron Hahn says we're getting ready to do a challenge. All right. That is if he, thinks that I can't, read his mind and pick the same winners.
Wizards and the Clippers will start us off. And in this one, these lines are like 3 hours old. So Clippers 6.5, 221.5. No change here. Clippers open. I will say Clippers open maybe 7 and 220, but no change since I put in the line.
Ron, we'll probably disagree right on the first one. So let's just get it over with, right? So we can set up our challenge right now. Wizards putting up 111 here over the last three. Clippers 102. Wizards are out shooting the Clippers from the floor right now, 47-45. I like the Wizards today. I'll take them plus 6.5.
All right, Mindy's on the Wizards here. They've showed life. They've showed life against the spread, especially. Curtis says he's got a big underplay in this one. And, looks like our days of agreeing, Curtis, it didn't last very long. I'm going to end up going with the over in this one as my free play here. I thought Clippers, we'll see. Again, I mean, it's always a matter of who will play and who won't, right? But I think the guys will be in there for this one. So we'll see. Maybe no John Wall, though, right, guys? Because he'd like to see him against the Wizards, but will he be in there? I'm not sure. So Bradley Beal questionable with that hamstring injury. I'm gonna take the over in this one. I'm gonna play the move here, really, just a market play, I think, for me here. Blake does say he likes the Wizards with you, Mindy. So Mindy's on the Wizards. I'm on the over here. All right, Mindy, this one is going to be played in Mexico City between the Heat.
I did not know that. How did I miss that?
The Heat and the Spurs. They've traveled to Mexico City for this one. So in this one, I'm showing the Heat. They're up to 7.5, and the total 223.
Yeah, so I'm going to take a look at the under here in this one. Spurs rolling average of 113, Heat rolling average 102. Spurs did beat the Heat last time out, 115-111. So that would put me on like a 226. But the way that these guys have been trending, I'm going to take the under here today. And you said 223 even. I had it at 221. So I like it even better. Take the under.
All right, Mindy's going to be on the under here in this one with the Heat and the Spurs. Ron Hahn says everyone on Miami is questionable here. So, hey, Scared Money is joining us here today. I think he's suggesting take the underdog.
The dogs, yep.
I don't think he's talking about the guys across the street. Spelled differently. So, also good to see Rick here today. And Rick, we did cover the Browns game. I think it was one of the first games on the board. If you go back,
we like the Ravens today.
Video here. Yeah. Curtis says he does like the under in this game. I was kind of leaning the other way, I think, in this one, you guys. So he's with you there, though, Mindy, on that one. And I'm going to end up disagreeing with you guys. I'm going to take the over in this one. A toilet bowl food review. Great to have you.
That is awesome. I feel like I should be having Chinese food or something right now.
Is that what that Gage is with me? So just a little bit of disagreement here on this game. I'm going to end up taking the over in this one. I'm not even sure on the side. And again, does it change? Mindy, I didn't mean, that you didn't see that. I don't know if everyone knew that it was being played. I don't know if it's going to change your handicap necessarily.
Well, it does a little bit, right? Because, a lot of my figures are, this game is going to be a home and away, right? So I have all of my home and away information in and not neutral site. So yes, it does matter. Ultimately.
Well, I don't want this the show to take a turn, but toilet bowl food review. I would think you would do the
I always like E. coli with my Chinese food.
I would think you would do the review 6 to 12 hours later, depending on what happened. So, Scared Money, thank you so much. Great to have you. So, Rick. Well, we don't have to. I want you to go back. I mean, I think it's safe to say we were on the Browns. So, as a
so it's like, you could have taken the Browns at minus something else, right? I don't know what you got it
Well,
at.
no, we're on
We
the
could both
Ravens.
win.
I'm sorry, we're on the Ravens, Mindy, right? Yeah.
Yeah, we're on the Ravens. But he said if he took the Browns already, he could have got the Browns at a different spread than what we have too, you know?
Trailblazers and the Rockets. The Blazers here on the road, they're up to a 4-point favorite, total 227.5.
So I kind of hear the Bronx has like the best food around, so I don't know. I mean, I haven't officially tried, so I will definitely have to sometime in the future. My cousin lives in Albany, so I'm planning on making a trip there, hopefully in the summer. I don't know, maybe around the All-Star break. Is that about when we get some time off? But the Rockets here allowing 100 points a game over their last three. The under here is 11-5, the last 16 meetings between these two teams. Also 6-2 in the last 8 in Houston. I'm going to go ahead and take the under today.
Right, Mindy's on the under. Portland and Houston in this one. The total right now, you see it. There we got Ron on the Blazers, Blake on the Blazers, and Scott says he wants to take the under in this game as well. And I can't, I don't know. I'm kind of torn actually on the total there. I'm wishy-washy again, I think, on this one. So, man, uh, I kind of want to disagree with you guys a little bit, and I am gonna take the over in this game here. Yeah, I'm gonna go over in this one. I know what you're saying, Scotch, but I think we're seeing a little bit of better play from Houston and Portland. Maybe they're starting to show a little bit of vulnerability on the road. Houston let me down last time. I'm whiffing in the NBA, so Curtis does say he likes the Rockets with the points.
Yeah, see, and Rick with the Browns, we can both win. We can both do it. You win by 1, we win by 2. Perfect.
Mavs, Cavs, Mavs, Cavs. We just did this the other day, Mindy. They just played, and I thought they would find a way to get this one. I thought they would play outside of the box, outside of their pace, but it didn't go that way at all, and I was dead wrong. So maybe I need to. That's where I need to clean things up a little bit. But I'm showing right now the Cavs here. They are favored in this one by 4, and the total 216. So it's gone up 3 points. So did I just pick the wrong game to go on the over?
I don't know, right? So Ron, what's your favorite Starbucks drink? I like the caramel macchiato. Mavericks are 4-0 against the spread in the last 4 in Cleveland. I'm going to be taking these Mavericks today. It's our first one. We'll bet a Starbucks on this one, if you agree.
And Joe Jiggy says he likes Cleveland in this one with Dallas and Cleveland. For me, I see the move a little bit going to the over. I don't want to be wrong again. And, I know the pace is down. I'm going to go on the under for sure. I learned my lesson. Maybe this is a game because they're playing the second game or whatever. So, I don't know. Scotch says they're Cleveland playing absolutely terrific at home. We know that. They're definitely showing some vulnerability on the road. So I think you got your bet there, Mindy, it looks like.
Yep. Cavs, Ron Hahn, -4. Mavs +4, Mindy Hahn. Here we go. We're ready.
All right.
It's in the books.
I like Hahn to win that one. And I'll take the under. I'll try the under here. I mean, like I said, learn my lesson. Now I'm getting 3 points of value. Maybe this is the one that they'll go over, and I just don't know what I'm doing. But, I was just trying to prove that maybe the style of play for the Mavs was going to lead to an over because in fact, the way the game played out, I mean, Dallas was making the 3-pointers from the sides, but they just weren't trying enough of them really, and it almost like I don't want to talk about Jason Kidd, that he's the problem with Dallas not playing well right now, but because they definitely don't have enough personnel, right? I mean, look what happened, in the game last night. No, they blew out Portland. I get that. And Dallas is on the back to back here and got to travel to play Cleveland. So I think there's some something to that, and I don't. It's not bothering you any, Mindy, to come back and stay on Dallas, obviously, but Ron says what happened with Boston against Orlando, right? And watch out though for Orlando a little bit. Robert Williams came back, so maybe there was a little bit of chemistry. Not that he's bad for chemistry, but he's such an interesting player, right? That maybe getting him involved in the lineup and whatnot. And again, I just had that game on a little bit. I wasn't as focused on necessarily because, quite frankly, Orlando had kind of a big lead on them, right? And I wasn't necessarily determining whether or not they, what the reasoning was. But Williams is back, and that should make Boston even a better team, especially defensively. We know that. So it was a very interesting result. But it was Friday night in the NBA, which does lead to some strange things happening now and then, right? So, yeah, maybe that was it. So, and long road trip, right? But it didn't stop the Kings necessarily. They were on the 6th game of their long road trip playing a crummy game, and they took out Detroit. I played Detroit for some reason. Okay. Grizzlies and Thunder here. The Grizzlies are up to an 8-point favorite on the Thunder, and the total 232.5.
Yeah, I mean, the Grizzlies are on quite the run, I must say. Playing some good defense here, only allowing 100 points per game over their last 5. Under 6-1, the Thunder's last 7 versus a team with a winning win percentage. Under 5-1, the Thunder last 6 overall here. I'm going to go ahead and go under 232.
Well, we finally got one here, Mindy. I've got the under. Yeah, I've got the under in this one. Look, I want to get to a point where I can start to study some of these really high totals a little bit. That they really are. There's a lot of unders that are coming in when these totals get starting to creep up over 230. I mean, look what happened yesterday with that Sacramento Detroit game. It went way up, right? It was like 234 all the way up to 238. It goes under. The Atlanta Charlotte game, it was like, oh, this is going to be the track meet of the year. Goes from 233 to 240 under City, right? So I don't know. It just seems like we expect high scoring games and they get bet up high. But Scott says fade OKC Memphis all day. Memphis is playing great, but OKC's has been our moneymaker, haven't they? So
they have, yeah.
Hitting these points at home, I don't know. It was funny because OKC, I struck out with them yesterday, so I get it, That was one of my premium losers. I mean, I was just trying to go to the well maybe one too often, so I don't know. And Blake says take his Memphis Grizzlies in this one, but Mindy and I are going to be on the under consensus play. We got one in the NBA.
We did it.
We got one. Jazz and Bucks here. Well, at least I won something recently when I faded those Bucks in that big loss that they had. So here we have the Bucks. They are down here to a 4.5-point favorite. It opened as high as 6.5. So let me see. Are there injury concerns in this game? Possibly. Go ahead, Mindy.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look at the total here. Bucks averaging 127, Pacers 18, or I said Pacers. Bucks 118. I'm going to take a look at the over at 7-0 here in the Bucks last 7 home games, 7-2. The Jazz last 9 home games following that straight up win. I'll be taking the over.
So Middleton is out, but we already know Middleton's missed a lot of games. I mean, it's almost like not you're definitely always missing him if he's not in there, but he's missed so many games. He came back and now he's going to miss, it looks like, possibly today. So I'm not sure, you guys, on that. I don't know if anybody else has seen anything like that. Milwaukee due for a win. They've got a lot of wins, Ron. Joe Jiggy likes the Bucks here. I think an over is the call here for Blake. Scott says Milwaukee at home. Jazz not so great on the road. That's definitely the case. So you said over, Mindy?
I said over, yes.
Okay. I think I'm going to agree with a lot of the chat here. I think this looks like a discount price for me. I think they can get healthy here a little bit and get a win and cover. Mindy says go over in this one. So I'm going to go with the Bucks. And Mindy says take the over. All right. One more game. Oh, we got one more comment. That's what I was. Jazz are on the road, so I'm making sure I get that right. But I think Jazz, no matter what Cages, it looks like on the Jazz. So we won't hold it against them if we didn't know who's at home or the road or whatever. Ron's going to be on Milwaukee here. So, at the Bucks home, Cages says. Okay. All right, one more game here on the NBA card. We're knocking this out pretty good. Still got a huge NHL card to come after we got a couple college basketball games as well. Pelicans and the Suns here. Suns 3.5. Totals dropped 3 points, 227.
Geez, I mean, the Suns just lost 2 games to the Pelicans on around December 9th, 117 to 128. Then on December 11th, 124, 129. And they've only won one out of, since Pelicans 4-0 against the spread the last 4 with a team with a winning record. I'm going to go ahead and take the Pelicans today and the plus points.
Okay. Mindy's going to be on the Pelicans here. Man, the Suns, you think they got to find someone to get healthy against. The Pelicans might not be the team to do it against. I don't know. Ron does say, though, they can bounce back. The way it goes in the NBA, Ron, that's the way I feel too. But I'm not going to go against Mindy here. And also the fact that not only do they have the double revenge factor, if you will, but they do need a win. They just haven't played very well. So Hamid says forget about it. He thinks the Suns are toast here. So Joe says that just like the Nets swept Toronto, Pelicans could sweep Phoenix here. Pelicans are a great, fun team to watch and definitely clicking right now. Look at this move on the total here, way down, and that's the way I'm going to look in this one. I'm going to go on the under in this game at 227 in this one. I'm going under New Orleans and Phoenix. So, all right, that's a look at the NBA. Great stats from Mindy. My stats, I feel like I just wasted, I want to get through it. I mean, I don't mean to write a bunch of stuff and not use all of it. I hate when I do that because you did all this research, but I do want to, make sure we get through this show and get you guys off into the games right away. So
yeah.
Butterscotch says DeAndre Ayton out of this game. Curtis does say the over in this game with the Pels. So even though Cages had the stats there with the under, so looks like Curtis and I are disagreeing again.
Yeah, you can give me your email now.
Yeah.
Ron.
Oops, sorry, Mindy. We're done with that. We're done with that game for sure. We're gonna get into college basketball now. We've got this is a great card of college basketball, Mindy. I just you wish sometimes there weren't so many games because this first one is just maybe Indiana's not all that, but just when you think of Indiana and you think Kansas, should be a great game at the Fieldhouse today. Right now, Kansas a pretty substantial favorite at 5.5, total 143.
Yeah, Indiana's 36th in scoring. Kansas 57th. Indiana shoots at about 51, and you look at Kansas at 48. I mean, it's going to be a close one, tighter than tight. I think they should. I think they're going to bring out the best in each other here in this one. I think it's going to be a close game, but I'm going to go Indiana. I'm taking them plus points here today.
I'm gonna do it. I'm being with you. Joe wants Kansas. I get it. Kansas, obviously they look pretty good. But K Jizz is with us here as well. He's going to be with us. I want a consensus play with you on this one with IU. Don't count out IU yet. I think moving forward. So getting the points here. Look, it's going to be rocking. But I tell you what, and you're never gonna overwhelm the Kansas crowd. But I have word that IU has traveled for this game. They got some tickets. They got some. There will be some substantial IU support in this game. So probably not even enough to note. In the crowd, but it's a big game for Indiana. Let's just put it that way. Obviously, anytime you're playing, Kansas and Kansas, it's going to be a big game. But I like Indiana. I think it'll be a great game. I think watch out. Could be some points here in this one.
Look out.
Total 143 there. That puts both teams, 70 around 70. That seems kind of low actually for me.
Yeah.
I think these guys are going to get into the 70s in this one. If Indiana ends up with like 65, we're going to lose this one, Mindy. But if they get into the 70s with Kansas, that means that the game has stayed close. That's the way I think about it. Curtis says take the Hoosiers with the points here. We're on Indiana here. I know there's a little bit of support for Kansas there. Okay. All right, this one semi-neutral site, if you will, at Birmingham, Alabama, with Alabama and, dare I say, struggling Gonzaga. Mindy, still Gonzaga, and it seems like they have the players, and they aren't the same team. I think it's fair to say. So, what do you got?
Yeah, I mean, I have this as basically, razor thin is pretty much where I come up with this one. Gonzaga, 82 points a game. Alabama 81. I mean, you can't really get any closer than that on a rolling average here. Gonzaga maybe shoots a little bit better, right? 6.5% better from the floor, 2% better from the 3-point line. That's what's got to tick me a little bit into Gonzaga's favor here. I'd like to get a full bucket in this one, but I'll take Gonzaga plus 1.5.
Well, look, Gonzaga to me kind of looks like the team right now that kind of equated to like the Warriors or the teams that aren't getting it done on the road right now. So
Yeah.
that's kind of what troubles me right now. I mean, how is Gonzaga going to go in and I say go in and beat? That makes it sound like Alabama's at home. It's in Birmingham, so that's a semi-home game. But Gonzaga's underachieved, no doubt, so far. And they've had, despite the 80-point average, they've actually had some unders as well. But I don't know. I think I feels like the team, they might get to 90 in this. It just feels like, but Gonzaga yet hasn't really had the explosive offensive game necessarily. But I think 162 is gettable here. I'm going to go over in this one. I think, look at the spread. Joe says, yeah, I mean, tight game. I think both teams get well into the 80s here. I like the over in Alabama and Gonzaga. And I think Kate just hits it right. I think it's take the over. It should be a good game. Thanks, Ron. See you later. Got to run. It's Saturday. I know. We still got to Latifah. We're almost there, Latifah. Hang on.
Just hanging on. Trying to keep our eyes open.
Because we got a dozen and 13 games, whatever it is, on the hockey. We're going to need your help. So, all right, you guys, keep going. We got more good college basketball. We picked the best of the best. And, well, this one's going to be a little interesting. I mean, you look at the numbers there. It definitely points to a special kind of game between these two. I'm showing the total. It opened 112.5, and it's up to 116. Mindy, the total. Houston 2.5, 116 now. Pretty big move to the over here.
Yeah, I mean, I know that these teams feature, good defenses here, but for each of these teams not to score over like 55, 56, 57 points, I mean, I just don't see it happening. I mean, each of these, shoot well over 46% from the floor, and then they score about, 40 from three. I don't know how it can stay under. I'm taking the over 116 here in this
All
one.
right, Mindy's on that steam train with 116, and well, I'm not going to go against you here, Mindy, in front of everybody, and but maybe I said I don't have any college basketball, but I feel pretty strongly in this one. I think you're going to see one of the most bizarre scores of the year.
You really think
Uh,
so, huh?
yeah,
All
I
right.
do.
All right.
I
Should
do.
be
I
fun.
do. You see what Cages says about it right there.
Well,
Um,
I know that's what he had, said last game. I didn't know if I believed it, and it totally worked out that way here. But geez, you shoot 40% from three, and even if you get 10 points off of that, if you shoot 28, 29, can you get there?
well, I'm gonna take Virginia plus the points here against Houston. Maybe Houston has shown some vulnerability of late. We saw Coach Sampson laying into his team. I know I mentioned that from 2 games ago, but uh, you know, I might even go to the alternate universe. I mean, I don't know. Cages, do you think something could really weird could happen here, like uh, 47, 43, or something really crazy like that? I do. I think
Really?
we could see something really, really bizarre here.
Well,
Not
that would be
bizarre.
sweet if it did. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, it would be sweet. That's what I'm in. That's what I'm anticipating. Anticipating, just like Cage is, that maybe that's a little extreme, but still, when you're talking about 100 points, you know, 53-47, something like that. That's what could be happening in this game. I think bookmakers had it right, and I think they're just adjusting to the fact that you know I don't want to say people like Mindy go out there put their stats
Right?
out
Going out
there
there
with
saying, how
all
can you
these.
not score 56 in this one?
Joe says first to 60 wins, and if that's the case, that
I might
almost
give
is
it
going to take
over.
you over. Yeah, because if you're talking about, because then what, 60-57, right? If it's a 3 point spread. So, but that, I think he's saying it could be close. But K just says just below. Yeah, it's realistic, just below 116, which is actually over the original number. I don't think
Would you say 112? Yeah.
I'll in my realistic handicap, I'll say it doesn't reach the original number, and maybe falls around 109 or 110. So just going to be a bizarre. So if you like crazy things, kind of like Mindy says, if she falls in this game, she would rather. I think Mindy does not want it to be 115 and she gets it wrong. If she gets it wrong, she wants it to be like
Way
40
wrong. Yes.
45 or something stupid
You're
like that.
48, 47, something like that. Yes.
So, but Mindy's the one that was 9-2 yesterday, guys. And I was like 0-8. So it might have been worse than that. I don't know. So, anyways, Mindy's going to be on the over. I'm gonna take Virginia here. I do like Virginia in the game against Houston at home. So Scott's also on the under here. Just want to check one thing. I want to check an injury in that game, though. No, okay. Not that it would affect my handicap, but maybe just something I would, like to announce. But he does say beware of OT. Yeah, no doubt. Hey, could go OT and still stay under.
It could, right? They'll score 5 in overtime.
Okay, one more good game. Oh, well, 2 more games, but we got Ohio State, North Carolina. This game is being played in New York City. In this one, Mindy, and I'm showing right now. Carolina, been a pretty significant move here. Carolina, they opened probably about as low as maybe a 1 point favorite, but now it's 2.5.
Yeah, I mean, geez, these games are going to be good. North Carolina 2-3 over their last 5. Ohio State is 4 out of their last 5. Again, I think it's going to kind of come down to who's going to be more closer to their normal average. I mean, Ohio State shoots about 3% better from 2% better, from the free throw line, 5% better than from the 3-point line. I'm going to take Ohio State, the better shooting team here in this one. Hope they can pull it out.
Mindy on Ohio State here in this game against the Heels. And, Heels definitely taking money. I adjusted the line there to go to 3. So you're getting actually a better price. And, it's pretty much 3 all over. So for me, I'm also going to play one of the moves, but I'm going to play this move to go under the total with Ohio State and North Carolina. And maybe the perception is these two teams might be able to get up, but I don't see it that way. I see a little bit more old school here. Blake says he likes Ohio State in this one as well. I'm kind of against you guys, I think, a little bit here. But now I have to lay a little bit more. So maybe I should have went against you because I don't know if I can necessarily put it as a premium or anything. Not that I was going to get any premiums together in college ball. I want to really focus on the football. But KJ says neutral site game, take Ohio State and the under. So that's what we did. We're on Ohio State. I'm not on Ohio State, but I mean, as a team here with our 2 picks, we have Ohio State and the under. Okay, and then last, this game, this will be the late game. All those others are day games, but in this one's going to be at night. And right now, Arizona. This we're about to yawn again. You're not boring me, but it was a long night. Arizona's up to 3.5, total 150.
So what? Tennessee's ranks first in the nation in adjusted defensive efficiency, allowing only 51 points a game, showing their defensive skills here against good opponents as well. It's not just these, slouch teams. They did hold number 3 Kansas at one point to 50, number 13 Maryland to 53 here as well. Volunteers 4-1 against the spread in the last 5. I'm going to take Tennessee and the points.
All right, Tennessee it is for Mindy. She's going to be on the Vols, on Blake's team here. Definitely looking good. How is Arizona? I mean, Arizona, this game opened. Arizona probably as low as -2 or so, maybe 2.5, but definitely been taking money. There was some buyback on. It went up to about 3.5, but then back down to 3. But for me, I think this one is going to be an over. I think this one will be a high-scoring game. I like this. Probably both teams to get close to 80 points here in this one with Tennessee and Arizona. You mentioned, what Tennessee is doing. You talked about their defense a little bit, but I have questions really with that, and Arizona at home. So got Kevin coming in with his first pick of the day. So he just likes it on the money line here.
Right, we can both win.
Mindy's on Tennessee. I kind of lean the other way, but
you could take the Arizona money line as well, Ramon.
I could, but I'll just take the over with Blake. I'm on the over here with these two teams. So that's a look at college basketball. All right, that's the show. Good night, everybody.
Yeah, sorry, Latifa. No.
Let's get into this hockey card, Mindy, and then we'll get out of here. Maybe just in time for that bowl game. Curtis, by the way, went Tennessee in that. So
should be a good one. Right. I tell you, I like them.
All right, Mindy, let's talk hockey here. Try to roll through this. I think I said 13 games, and I think
you are correct.
So we're doing pretty good. We're making pretty good time here. We're never going to try to slight the show. I mean, we're going to cover these games, even if it's -400. We're going to be talking about it here. But at least Senators and Blue Jackets. I'm sorry. I'm already thinking about that 400 game. Ottawa and the Red Wings here. This one's at least a little bit closer. And I'm showing the Red Wings. A little bit of a move here on the Red Wings at -1.15, total 6.5. I was just seeing if I have a move here on the line at all. And in fact, I knew it. The Senators have actually moved to the slight favorite here. That's why I didn't just turn it over to you right away. Senators now maybe $1.15 themselves, $1.10 at the cheaper shops, and about 6 over 15 or so.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a look at the under. It's 5-2-1 in the last 8 in Detroit. Senators 3-7 to the under. Detroit 2-8 to the under. Like the under 6 today, Ramon.
All right, Mindy's going to be on the under here in this one. I'm going to take Ottawa on the road in this one, Mindy. I like what Ottawa's doing right now a little bit. Have my concerns certainly with Detroit at this point, especially if they have Hellberg in there. He hasn't made too many appearances. I do show some of the sites still showing Husso in there as the goalie, so I don't think it's going to necessarily take me off of it. The steam is definitely coming in on the Senators. Pretty much just a market play for me here. I'm going to take Ottawa. Mindy's going to be on the under. All right. Hope to get some plays from you out of the chat. Let's take a look.
We're still going a little bit fast, so I get it all at the same time.
Yeah. Especially let's take a look at the Blue Jackets and the Bruins. This one opened. They sent out 3-8. They sent out the line services sent out 315 here. Kevin says they have Detroit as the favorite. Looking at the market, I'm showing some pick'ems, but I'm showing a lot of Ottawa right now, just a slight favorite in that one, Kevin. So maybe it could come back to Detroit. Maybe it already has. I'm just looking at the market screen, and I get the 2-minute delayed screen. I don't pay the $500. I pay the lesser for the odds screen. I have one. I have my Sports Insights. I pay the more expensive, but the Don Best, I'm on a 2-minute delay. But I don't think you're talking about a 2-minute delay here. So, anyways, the line services sent out 315. I don't think they were interested in that. But Boston here, man, they're 385. They might even go up to $4.
Yeah, Jackets 2-8 to the under. Boston 4-5 to the under. Blue Jackets here have been shut out at least twice in their last 5 games. Bruins haven't scored more than 4 in their last 5. I'm taking the under.
All right, Mindy's going to be on the under here with Columbus and Boston, and I'm going to agree with you, Mindy. Look, the goalies that I have, I don't have time to change it necessarily. I probably should, and nobody's confirmed, but it looks like the sites are starting to move now to Elvis and Swayman in there. So I don't know if that necessarily changes much for anybody. I don't think with Bruins, even though Ullmark has been superb, Swayman's been just as fine. We know Boston has been so outstanding this season. So I don't know if it really matters too much. But here come the plays in this one. We've got Scotch on the puck line for plus $1.35 at least. And Kevin says Boston on the puck line. The Blue Jackets not great. I get it, but still, what are you laying there? $1.55 or so. And I kind of agree. I'd almost go against Scotch in this one. I kind of agree with Kevin and Curtis here about laying it. But I'm going to agree with Mindy. I like under actually in this one as my play on the show. So Mindy and I have a consensus play here on the under with Columbus and Boston. All right, Maple Leafs and Caps, and I'm showing the Maple Leafs in this. Whoops, I'm sorry, Mindy. I missed one here. Let's go back. Okay. Ducks and Oilers here, and the Oilers, we got a $3 favorite here, and the total 6.5 over 20.
Yeah, Ducks 7-3 to the over, Oilers 8-2 to the over 6-0, and then the last 6 meetings head to head. I'll take the over.
All right, Mindy's going to be on the over here with the Ducks and the Oilers, and again, I would change the goalies on the fly here if we weren't doing a massive show with a bunch of games. And I'm not saying I want to get through it. I don't want to rush anybody out of here or rush the picks or anything like that. I mean, I'm definitely skipping my own notes with all these games, but I think it will be Campbell now in here today. Edmonton on the puck line, says Butterscotch, and I'm actually going to disagree with Scotch in this one. I'm going to take the Ducks on the puck line at +1.5 and even as my free play in this one, not based on that goalie change or anything, but Edmonton, I don't know if I just don't know if I trust them as a $3 favorite to get and to get a puck line. So Mindy's going to be on the over. I'm going to be on the Ducks plus a goal and a half. So Scotch can come in here and give me the business on that one. All right, Maple Leafs and Capitals here in this one. I'm showing right now the Leafs are they're up to $1.45, maybe even $1.50. So money is coming in on the Leafs here, and the total is down considerably. Was 6.5 over 15, but now I'm showing that it's about 6 over 15. So maybe I just want to check real quick, Mindy, and see if I don't think I entered the information wrong in this game. What did you
I
say?
had the Maple Leafs at 6, but that was last night, I think, is when I did the hockey.
Yeah. Okay. I'm showing a 6.5 there was a 6.5 at 2 in the afternoon yesterday that the Sharps hit the under on that, and then maybe it did bounce back this morning to a 6.5, but the Sharps hit the under again. So the Sharps are all over the under, and that might be the reason why. The goalie situation looks pretty correct for me. In fact, Samsonov is the only, I believe, confirmed goalie today.
Yeah, and I was looking to the under as well. Maple Leafs 4-6 to the under, Washington 3-7 to the under. You know what I mean? So I know the over has hit the last 6 meetings head to head, but each of these teams have only scored 1 goal in their last game. I mean, the under 6-0 to the Capitals last 6 home games, unders 4-1. The Maple Leafs last 5 on 1 day's rest, taking the under.
For me, Mindy, I really like this move on the Maple Leafs. I think that the Sharps are correct in this one. I'm showing all the Sharp action coming in on Toronto in this one, and that's where I'm going to be as well. I know we're laying a pretty modest price here for sure on the road at $1.45, $1.50. I don't know. Will it go higher? I better get off the air here so I can
get it in.
Yeah, I don't know. It's not going to be a premium, so it'd just be a bet for me, but it's also a free pick right here on the show. I'm on the Maple Leafs. Mindy's on the under in this one. Okay, Rangers and Flyers here, and I'm showing the Rangers $1.75, and the total is 6 under, maybe even under 25 now, Mindy. And I think Carter Hart is a confirmed goalie here in this one, and I don't know. This one might go lower. This one may go lower. I don't know. What do you think of this one?
Well, I think with the Rangers being, 5-4 to the over, Philadelphia 3-7 to the under. The under is also 7-3 in the last 11 meetings in Philadelphia. Under also 7-1 the last 8 meetings head to head. I'll be going under.
All right, Mindy does say take the under in this one with the Rangers and the Flyers. Pretty good goalie matchup, obviously, here with these two goalies. I think Hart continues to look pretty decent there. So, and, Igor obviously playing well. I've struck out going with against Igor too often, or at least going over in Igor games too often. And, I kind of was leaning that over there, but I think maybe it was going to go to 5.5, so I might be on it later. But I think Scotch has got it right, at least on my behalf. I'm going to go with the Flyers here at a pretty okay God, it's such a high price. It's one of those, right, where
either way.
Rangers are $1.75, Flyers. So really, that's what I'm saying about the total under. When you see that and the total dropping a little bit, I mean, it's like they're trying to tell you 3-2. 3-2, and then maybe if the empty netter gets there, it's 4-2, and so that's why you're in this, in this
Bit of a quandary.
situation. So probably I probably should get on the under with you, but I'm gonna go Flyers. I'll take the goal and a half and take the Flyers minus $1.75. Don't like this. I liked the game. I don't like betting this game. I don't think so. All right. Here's another pretty decent matchup of goalies for sure.
Right?
We talk about the Stars' offense, but they've still got good goaltending. And boy, this young goaltender for the Hurricanes looks to be like he might be a good one.
Yeah, I'm going to be looking at the Stars, though, here. I told you I've kind of been a Stars fan. 9-5 on the road here. Hurricanes 6-3 at home, so both are playing well. Stars, though, 4-0 after scoring 2 goals or less in the previous game. Stars won both of these last season here as well, so they kind of think they can win. I'm going to take the Stars today.
Well, we just scored with the Stars, I think, didn't we, Mindy?
We did, yes.
A recent pick, and I was leaning that way early on, but I think now, let me see, did I even announce what the line change? No, it's Stars are definitely taking action here. It's down to $1.35 or so now. So, and the total 5.5 over 15. And look, I know these are good goalies, but Stars can score a little bit too. I'm going to go over in this game. I'm expecting this to be one of the better games of the day, and I think there will be more than 5.5 goals scored. So Kevin says you can't go wrong taking the Stars on the puck line. They're minus $2 though on that puck line. So
yeah, Scott, but I like it. It's like I guess it's not quite, but close to my top 5 play on the puck line. So yeah.
Okay, but you still have it on the money line, right?
Yeah, because I wouldn't play. I mean, me personally, I don't play those minus $2. If it was, $1.50 or less, that's when I would jump in on something like that.
Okay, I'll take the over 5.5 in this one. I'm just expecting a great game. And again, Dallas, really, the Ottinger's been good, but they've also scored goals a little bit. So, all right, Panthers and Devils, and this one I'm showing the Devils $1.35 here. Total 6.5 over 15.
Yeah, the favorites in this head-to-head matchup is 21-7 in the last 28 meetings. That would be the Devils are currently the favorite. The Panthers are 0-4 versus a team with a winning record. Devils 6-0 in its last 6 Saturday games. Panthers 1-5 in their last 6 Saturday games. I'll be taking the Devils minus 135.
All right, Mindy, we got our second agreement here, I do believe.
All right.
Take the Devils with you here in this one. Scotch is going to be on the over in this one. I'm not sure I can necessarily get with Scotch in this one on that total, but I'm going to ride with Mindy here with Vanasek at home. Slight move here to New Jersey. I like the move here in this one. Florida's been playing well, but the Devils are still, playing out of their minds, right? Here we're actually laying just $1.35 or so. So, I respect what Florida's doing right now, but I think if we get a team, as hot as New Jersey at a decent price like this, I want to take New Jersey. So let's take New Jersey. Give it to us. Our second premium here, premium consensus play with Florida and New Jersey. We're taking New Jersey. Okay, the Predators and the Avalanche. The Avalanche the Predators are taking money here because the Predators, Avalanche was $1.75 or so. Now they're down to $1.60, and this total is currently at 6 under 15.
So I said, I feel like it's getting close enough where I could almost take it. I like the Avalanche here in this spot a lot. Predators 0-5 in the last 5 meetings. Predators 1-5 in the last 6 in Colorado. Predators 5-9 on the road puck line. They're not even getting close to anything here. So I'm taking those Avalanche here. Minus, so again, I'm giving it as a free play because it's a little bit higher, juice than what I normally play here on the money line. So yeah.
All right, Mindy's on the Avalanche here in this one, and I'm gonna side with the Sharps here, but I'll end up I'm gonna go ahead and take the puck line at minus $1.65. Maybe we both can win here.
All right, I like it.
Yeah, I agree with you certainly, but I'm going to respect this move by the market, and I'm going to take the Predators here in this one. Early action came in on Colorado, but it's now kind of shifted the money anyways to the Predators. So I'm going to go with the Predators on the puck line. Mindy's on the Avalanche, so not necessarily we're against each other, but kind of not. You know how it is. Sabres and Coyotes here. And in this one, I'm showing the Sabres about, oh man, the Sabres have taken so much money. I just kind of look and make sure I didn't enter it wrong. Yeah, I think, no, I mean, I didn't necessarily, but I don't think it was 130 when the line services sent out a 130, but that was way too long ago. This one, I would just almost ignore that. But right now, it's Sabres $1.75.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I had them at like minus 155 here.
Okay, well, yeah, it's probably been a pretty big move to the Sabres. And like I said, it was sent out as low as $1.30, $1.35. So, but I don't think that move has been in the last couple of hours. So go ahead.
Yeah, Sabres here, they're 5-4 to the over. Arizona 7-3 to the over. I know the under has hit in the last 8 meetings, but again, the over though recently has been 4-1 versus a team with a winning record here for the Sabres. Overs 4-0 in the Coyotes last 4 games here as well. So again, I know there's that little bit discrepancy with the head-to-head trends versus how they're faring now. I'm going with how they're faring now. I'm taking the over.
Okay, Mindy will be on the over in this one, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to agree with Mindy in this one. I like Buffalo. Maybe, Mindy, the news that's come out here that Connor Ingram might be getting the start in goal now. I'm showing several of the sites reporting that maybe Ingram gets the start here in goal for the Coyotes. So that might be the cause because, Arizona, obviously they're not great, but Vejmelka is actually a pretty okay goaltender, I would say. And Ingram, not necessarily he is 25 years old, but hasn't made a lot of appearances necessarily. So I'm with you. I think Buffalo will beat them, but I want the over here. We know Buffalo, is a very high-scoring team in a lot of situations, and maybe they'll get it here. And I'm showing it could also be Anderson in goal for the Sabres, so that's obviously a little bit of a big deal also. But I think there's a bigger downgrade from Vejmelka to Ingram than an upgrade from Luukkonen to Anderson. But it's got to be part of the reasoning for the line move here. I would think in this game, and yeah, Arizona. Obviously, off that game last night, it was a thriller. Certainly, the game with the Islanders, 4-3, I think it was, right? So let's go over with Buffalo and Arizona in this.
Okay.
One. Jets and Canucks, and I'm showing this one. Virtually a pick 'em now. In fact, you see the Canucks there favored on screen, but I'm showing some books are actually starting to put the Jets as the slightest of favorites. I'm not ready to call them the favorite yet, but the way the line is moving, I would suspect that the Jets are going to end up being the favorite at all the books eventually, but probably just a slight favorite. I'm sorry, you guys.
Oh my God. Come on, Ramon. You can do it. We only got a couple more.
No, and the football game's starting too.
Right. Jets here 6-4 to the over. Canucks 5-5 to the over. Jets 5-1 to the over in the last 6, playing on 1 day's rest. 4-1 the last 5 road games to the over. 4-1 in the Canucks last 5. I'm taking the over.
All right, Mindy's going to be on the over in this one with the Jets and the Canucks. And, I might agree with you if it was, maybe a 6 over 20 or something, but it's
It
like,
was originally, I thought.
yeah, it was. And, um, yeah, and I almost kind of think it's gone too high now for me. So I think, though, for me, I feel better and safer about it. Like I said, I'm willing to fade the move. I know Winnipeg's been hot. Look, Kevin Graham's coming in on a giant puck line here, plus 1.5, minus 255. But I just want to make and again, they started as the puck line dogs. So, but some books will switch the puck line a little bit. So I don't know if he's necessarily because if they were laying a goal and a half, he'd be getting probably $2. But I think he means I'm gonna say he
He
means
wants the
plus
plus
1.5
Yeah.
minus 250. Yeah, yeah. But for me, I think I'm gonna fade the move here a little bit. I want to take Vancouver in this one. That's going to be my play. Winnipeg's been hot. I get it, but I'm going to take Vancouver in this game. Just let me check and see if there's been in the goalie situation here. Yeah. Spencer Martin probably be in goal. I didn't put it up there on the screen necessarily, but looks like Spencer Martin in goal for the Canucks today against Helbuck. And that one, we're almost done. Yeah, we're almost done. So just flash that up there real quick. Oh, and I still missed a space bar, but that's okay because I'm a perfectionist. I just want to be perfect every time. We don't have time for that. All right. Yeah, Kevin said, yeah, he said plus 1.5, minus 255. So no problem. All right, Islanders and Golden Knights are here, and I think it'll be Logan Thompson. He almost had a shutout last time. They did a pretty good job. Knights playing good. Islanders are pretty decent too. And I'm showing the Knights here, up to minus 165, 6 under 15.
Yeah, rooting for another possible shutout here. 3-6 to the under is Vegas. Islanders 5-5. Unders 5-1-1 the last 7 meetings. Under also 3-0-1 in the last 4 in Vegas. I'll be taking the under.
All right, Mindy wants the under in the Islanders and my Golden Knights.
That's right.
I'm going to add more teams. I like I got a lot of favorite teams, I guess here.
That's right.
You know what I'm
going to
you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take the Golden Knights. I'm going to take my home team here in this one against the Islanders. Islanders definitely show some vulnerability, and they could have Varlamov actually in goal today. So I don't know if Sorokin has been pretty darn good. I think Varlamov is a pretty okay goaltender. I mean, he's definitely not in Sorokin's class this season, certainly, but I'm going to take the Knights here, minus $1.65 as my free play against the Isles. All right, we got one more, Mindy, and we'll have a great show. We got it done with all these games. Let's take a look at it. It's going to be the Sharks and Reimer in this one. And Reimer is, let's see, Kings are $1.55, 6 over 15.
I like the Sharks. Go Sharks. I'll take them on the money line plus 145. They are 8-3 in the last 11 versus LA. 15-4 the last 19 in Los Angeles as well. I'm going to take the Sharks.
Mindy, I'm going to agree with you.
You are?
Well,
you're going against your team? Goodness gracious, Ramon.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was going to take him on the puck line, but if you're on him, I'm on him.
I got him winning.
That sounds all right to me. I mean, the move is obviously on the Kings. So right, so well, no, there hasn't been too much movement there really, but um, Reimer is definitely in goal. It looks like it might be Quick in the goal, so I was hoping actually that it would be um, Copley in there. So that's kind of what I was basing my play on. Then when I saw that um, Reimer, that Quick was in there, maybe I wanted to take the goal and a half. But I'll go ahead and we'll take the Sharks because, quite frankly, for this huge card, we don't have a ton of plays.
No, we have 1, 2,
No.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's it.
Wow.
7 out of
So
40.
not that I'm a degenerate, but I just want to have another bet with Mindy and my premium play.
There we
That's
go. All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us today. It was awesome.
yeah. Let's get out of here. I'd run down all the names and say thank you to everybody, but I think with this huge show, the football game starting, let's just go ahead and get out of here. Let's thank everyone certainly for being here, though. We really appreciate you so much. Scott says he missed. Oh, I'm sorry. We're not, Mindy. I'm so sorry, and thank you, Scotch, for pointing that out, Mindy. That we missed one here.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, in fact, I don't even have a panel up for it. Thank you so much, Scotch. That is a great call. And that just goes to show you how much that he's paying attention.
That's
And
right.
and I
Well, I
saw
have I didn't know. Do you have something?
I do.
Okay.
But I
Yeah.
was going to actually make a panel. We do. I feel like we need. So go ahead and start previewing the game. I'm just going to make a quick banner, and if you can just talk it out a little bit, Mindy, about your pick, and maybe expand on the reason, or just strawberries. Whoa.
Well, so I have the Lightning versus the Canadians today. I have the Canadians at 5-5, so they're basically at a split for their over under this season. But for the Lightning, I have them at 3-7 to the under. The under is also 5-1-1 in the last 7 in Montreal. So yeah, I'll be taking under 6.5 goals.
All right, Mindy wants the under here in this one with Lightning and Canadians. And again, thank you to Scotch. Thank you for being so aware. It really shows, I imagine seeing you there with your rotation or your game list out on your lap or your desk or whatever. And that is very, very impressive. So I just want to thank you again for that, for pointing that out. And again, it just shows that with so many games, and I'm yawning and everything, that we work so. Yeah, and we thank you when you say, thank you for working so hard on the show. And yeah, it's a lot of work for Mindy and I. And really, the reward that we get is hopefully people buy the picks and stuff like that. We like you guys. We like the little notoriety and everything too. But again, it does take a lot of work to do it. And but anyways, Minnie, for me, I'm going to be on the Lightning. I like them on the puck line here to take care of my Montreal Canadiens. What can I say? I think Tampa Bay starting to show a little bit more of that Tampa Bay form that we're used to, and I think they have a beatable opponent here. Want to say that this game actually, it's the send out by the books was as low as 215, so not really getting much value out of this at all. But the fact that it is 245, it did go as high as 260 and a little bit of buyback. So maybe there's a little bit of value here in this one with. I don't want to say too much value because, like I said, the send out line from the services was 215. Even some books did open it as low as 215. I'm showing Sugar House opened at 215, FanDuel opened at 220, and so those were bought up right away. So. All right. Thanks a lot, everyone. Thanks a lot, Scotch. And let's
Yeah. So, I mean, he knows how much time it takes to put, into all this if he breaks down every single one himself.
So. I got so many sheets here, Mindy, of every sort that, it was easy to just bypass that one. I was just going right off the panel, even though I have it right there on my note sheet as well. So, all right. Thanks a lot, everyone. We're gonna leave real quick. No salutations, but we love you guys. We love you.
Yes, for sure.
All right. Thanks, Mindy. Good job. Enjoy the day. We'll talk to you again. Don't forget, join us tomorrow. More morning steam. We'll have the rest of the NFL games and the other sports as well. Pro basketball, college basketball, hockey, and I don't know. For a show like today, maybe we'll find some other sport to preview too. Probably.
I'm
All
sure we
right. For Mindy Hahn, I'm Ramon Scott. Thank you for joining us.
Bye bye. Take care.